So, remember when Quentin Reviews made that remark about Donald Trump?
So, here's the thing. I fucking hate Trump.
So, basically, Quentin Reviews is a guy that reviews movies, but he had a rant about a political figure. Now, what if that were to happen in reverse? What if instead of a person who reviews movies talking about someone political and fucking it up, it's a guy that talks about political stuff, talks about video games, and fucks it up? Well, there's this guy on YouTube called Dr. Cheyenne. Basically what he does is he talks about political stuff. But this time, he thought it would be such a smart idea to make a rant video about Sonic. Now, here's the thing. I don't really have a problem with anyone hating on Sonic. But what I do have a problem with is when people hate on Sonic when it's unreasonable. I mean, now you don't have the right to hate Sonic anymore. I mean, yeah, you could still have your opinion. I'm not denying that, but Sonic isn't that bad anymore. Like, ever since Sonic Mania came out, he became the best thing ever. I don't know why people are still hating on him. It's because of that movie. At this point, people are just looking for reasons to hate Sonic. Oh well, let's just watch and see.
Alright, let me explain to you kids the reason why Sonic the Hedgehog sucks.
Oh my god, he even has the grumpy voice. He sounds like Mrs. Dust My Doilies. You know that commercial?
It's bad enough that Sega Genesis had the most 16-bit games, but this new Sonic the Hedgehog, oh, he really dusts my doilies.
Always has sucked, and always will suck.
Really? Even when the games were good? Now, I'm not saying you can't have your own opinion, but you can't say all Sonic games are bad. Now, I know you may be thinking, oh, but Zachary, you did the same thing with Spyro the Dragon. True, but then I got the chance to play the first Spyro game, and now I freaking love Spyro. Oh my god, let me tell you how amazing the Spyro series.
Sonic the Hedgehog is a mascot for Sega, right? He was designed, or the games were designed to sell the Sega Genesis, right? Now here's how he differs from Mario. Mario became a mascot for Nintendo because people liked him, right?
I mean, yeah, same thing for Sonic. Sega had a mascot before Sonic. It was Alex Kidd. No one really liked him. And that's why they changed it to Sonic. And now everyone loves Sonic. Whether it be for better or for worse.
Sonic, on the other hand, was designed from the ground up to be Sega's mascot.
Actually, Sonic started off as just a mere cameo character. Yeah, you know how Mario's first game was Donkey Kong? Well, I think Sonic's first game was like some sort of racing game and he was a keychain. Yeah, Sonic's first appearance was in a game called Rad Mobile. And basically in this game, Sonic is a keychain. Take a look. Look, you see him? There he is. You know, he's a little keychain.
So, what did Sega want to do? They said, oh, we want to make our games look fast, so it's the 90s. All the kids are into the extreme sports, the skateboarding. You know, they want stuff that's totally radical and gnarly, dude.
You see, Sonic's character isn't all like, oh, I'm cool, radical, wow. He wasn't like that until like 2010 or so. And yeah, he was a little bit like that from 1999 to 2008, but not really, honestly. Like, he only started acting like that recently. Like, really. And the fact that people think that he's always like this just because of the commercials and the cartoon. Well, No, not really. Like in the games, I don't think he was even like that from 1991 to 1996. He was actually mute during that time. Well, until Sonic CD, but he only said 2 words. Well, 2 phrases. Yeah, and I'm out of here. Like he didn't become all this radical hip like character until 2010.
So let's make our games really super fast. How are we going to do that? Well, let's make a character who runs really fast. And we're going to create the illusion of speed.
I don't even think Sonic's all about speed. He's about momentum. Speed is a reward, you know? Like, really.
Because you notice when you play the original 3 Sonic games, a lot of the time is spent just kind of slowly navigating obstacles.
Well, that's because the Sonic series in reality aren't like these super high-speed racing games that give you speed no matter what. No. Basically, what the Sonic series is like, you know, you gain momentum, and the more momentum you get, the faster you'll go. Some levels in the Sonic games, like Labyrinth Zone or Marble Zone, they have puzzle-like elements implemented into them. I don't understand why people are hating on the game because you're not always going fast, even though the purpose of Sonic is to go fast. Is it true that the reason why Sonic's reputation has been ruined is because of the fact being that people will misunderstand these commercials? Like, just because he doesn't go fast doesn't mean it's a scam. I mean, yeah, he does go fast sometimes, but that's only if you're good at the game.
You know, platforming, you know, like in those Mario games. But the Sonic games have those loop-de-loops and those little twisty things that you run along on, right? And when you're doing those, it's basically the game's physics engine is just taking over and playing for you for like those.
No, that's not true, because if you're playing the game and you're like going fast and you let go of the controller, you slow down and then eventually stop. Maybe this is why you hate Sonic. It's because you've been playing the games wrong.
Those 5 to 10 seconds, right? So it gives the illusion that you're doing something, you know, really cool when you're not.
Guys, like, are you serious? Oh yeah, I'm going really fast, therefore this game is intended to be really, really cool. Okay, well, I don't believe the speed is what makes Sonic cool in the first place. What makes Sonic cool is the story. Whether or not the story is simplistic or really detailed doesn't matter. It's at the point that, you know, it makes the Sonic series really cool because it gets you invested into the characters and stuff.
The game's just playing itself.
You know, I'd agree with you if you weren't talking about the Genesis games, because the only times where you play a Sonic game and the games play it by itself is from Sonic Unleashed all the way to Sonic Forces. And that was like from 2008 to like 2017. Like, are you serious? Because here's the thing. I don't believe that you've played a Sonic game before. Because the Genesis games don't really play themselves. Like, are you serious?
Most of the time you're actually controlling Sonic. You're just doing, you know, basic platform stuff.
So, what's the problem? The Sonic series is a series of games that are platformers. Well, they were platformers, but whatever, we're not gonna get into that. Honestly, here's the thing. In my opinion, I believe that just because you're like playing a Sonic game and you're like slowing down for a little bit to solve a puzzle does not mean that the game is bad, because that's what all these platformer games do. Like, how come no one criticizes Mario for doing this? oh, it's different because Sonic is all about going fast. Okay, well, Mario's all about jumping really high and stuff. And you're all like, oh, this isn't like all that high at jumping. This game sucks. Like, you don't see anyone doing that. I honestly believe it's biased, mainly because they think that he's annoying. When in reality, no. There are a lot worse characters with this type of personality. A lot worse characters.
Buckle up, duckies, 'cause we got a rocket band. Delivering bread, flying crazy 'cause we can. Feel yourself. Oh, yeah!
Just like in the Mario games. So these Sonic games, when you get down to it, are really just mediocre platformers.
I hear bias.
They always have been. You've been fooled.
Oh no. Are you using your opinion as fact? Guys, why are you all hating on the Sonic fan base? The hate base is a lot worse. Go target him. I'll leave his video in the description. Go get him, man.
So, now you wonder why do so many of the modern Sonic games suck? Why are they so bad? Well, it's because Sonic as a character is an artifact of the 90s.
Yeah, and just because he's an artifact of the 90s doesn't mean he can't be timeless. I mean, look at SpongeBob. His show came out in 1999 and he's one of the most timeless characters of all time.
Like I said, he was designed by Sega to sell the Genesis. They marketed him as, he's totally radical. He's got attitude. He's edgier than Mario. You know, Mario, he's slow, he's lame, he's for kids. But Sonic, he's the cool one. You know, buy our console, because you can only play as Sonic on our game system. So he was designed to appeal to the sensibilities of kids at the time.
Alright, and your point being, like, there were so many cartoons that came out at the time that did the same thing and people absolutely adore. Like the Ren and Stimpy show. That show appealed to kids of the 90s 1,000,000%. And people still applaud it as one of the most amazing cartoons of all time.
Right, in the 90s, is designed to appeal to what they at the time thought was cool. And of course, those sorts of perceptions change over time.
And therefore, Sonic is bad because he came out in the 90s? Okay. Well, shit, if any show came out if any cartoon or video game or movie came out in a decade that feels a little bit dated, then it's automatically bad. Star Wars, fuck that shit. That is some dumbass bull fuck. And I'm talking about the original trilogy. By the way, I was being sarcastic. Please don't crucify me in the comments.
Which is why Sonic has aged so poorly.
Actually, no. People say that Sonic has aged poorly because they're a bunch of cocksuckers who have bias. I mean, take a look at Super Mario 64. That game has aged horribly, yet people still love it. And Ocarina of Time, it's the same thing. But whenever people talk about Sonic Adventure, oh, that shit aged poorly. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but you're being a little bit hypocritical since these are the same people who say, man, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask are the best games ever, and nothing could ever beat it.
He's an artifact of the 90s. You know, Sonic is to the 90s what the jazz singer was to the 1920s.
Well, just like how people still like Sonic, people still like jazz.
Right? So when you attempt to modernize him, it's going to result in comical failure.
Oh yeah, because Sonic Boom, the TV show, is like, is like horrible. It's even worse than Sonic Boom, the video game. I mean, you can still modernize Sonic and it would work.
Right? So, that's why Sonic doesn't work.
He doesn't work because of your personal opinions and biases?
He's a terrible character.
Terrible character? You're the same person who watches The Last Jedi and says, oh, this shit's horrible. Oh, The Last Jedi has real terrible characters, yet you're saying Sonic, one of the most iconic video game characters of all time, is a terrible character. You have clearly seen worse!
And, you need to get over it.
Listen, if this video was towards people with unhealthy obsessions with Sonic, then that'd be fine. But no, this is a video saying, oh, well, if you like this character at all, well, you need to fucking get over it. No, I'm not getting over it. Why, you may ask? Because of the fact being that it's my opinion. And we are entitled to our opinion. And you're just saying to people that they have to hate Sonic just because you do? What? Okay, so final thoughts. Where do I even begin? Listen. Why do you hate it when people have different opinions from you? Like, first of all, you said that, oh, we were fooled for liking Sonic, and we need to get over it. Like, really? Like, okay. But my main question here is, like, why? Like, don't say, oh, it's because I say so and my opinions are fact. Because that's not true. Like, people accuse Sonic fans of saying that, oh, their opinions are fact as well. Well, Sonic haters do the exact same thing. And heck, I think the Sonic haters are worse than the Sonic fans, honestly. Alright. Bye, guys. Oh, wait, I gotta do my victory pose.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.